Hi there, it's Miriam with Engadget, and this here is my personal Nexus S. And I want to show you today how to install and use SwiftKey X on this. This SwiftKey is an alternative keyboard for your Android phone, and it's also now available for tablets. This is obviously on Gingerbread, so let me go ahead and show you this. What you're hearing here is the haptic feedback. So I've got the installer here in an attachment, so we're going to go ahead and install it. And I can walk you through the process. So I'm going to go hit open here. It's going to walk us through a tutorial, which is really kind of cool. So I'm going to accept the terms of service, and here's the first step. So you choose a language. In my case, I'm going to use English US. And as you can see now, it's downloading the language pack for this. So here we're almost done. If you're on a good connection, this takes no more than 10 seconds. So here we are. Here it's basically going to take me to the settings screen and let me select SwiftKey as my default keyboard, and it told me to hit the back key when I was done. Next, I'm going to set the default as SwiftKey X, and finally it gives me a choice between a precise or rapid typing style. Precise is for people who are careful and take their time typing, and rapid is for people like me who are just big spazzes at typing. So finally you can personalize. There's a bunch of features here, and this is what I was getting to. You can get SwiftKey X to connect to your Facebook, Twitter, text messages, or Gmail account to learn about your typing habits and what words you use in what order. What's cool is that it just goes, if you give it permission, it just goes and gets your posts, what you've typed, sends it to their servers. As you just see, I just use my SMSs, send it to the server, came back, and doesn't keep anything on their server, but sends some data to the phone that contains what it's learned from your typing on your device. So it's really quite clever, and it really helps in predicting your words better. So I'm going to hit done, and then finally it gives me the option to see some quick tips on the web. Go to the settings right here, which I'll show you more in detail in a second. And then, the third option was to quit and be done. So let's go to the web browser here. And first I'll show you the portrait keyboard, and then we can show you the landscape. In fact, it says here that the SMS personalization succeeded, which means that it was able to send the data to their servers and back. So here, we're going to get the default SwiftKey keyboard. So one of the cool features, if you swipe down the middle like this, it hides the keyboard. I'll show that again, like that. Down here you have a little SwiftKey keyboard button, that brings you to these settings. Let me quickly walk you through the settings before I type anything. You can change which language. It supports 17 languages and up to 3 simultaneously. You can personalize. This is the stuff I showed you before about learning from social networks. The sound you hear is the vibration motor on the table here. Theme and layout. So the theme, there's 3 themes available. The dark you just saw. So the light theme, let me show that to you now. That's what it looks like. It kind of looks a lot like Sense actually, but I think it's a better layout. And then let's go back to the settings and change the theme to one of my favorites. It's the neon theme. Looks really kind of cool. Check it out. So that's the neon theme. And then finally, there's a bunch more settings in here I can show you. So the layout obviously is gonna be like QWERTY or AZERTY for France, or QWERTZ for Germany. And then let's see. You can tell it to show foreign characters for long presses. Also the option to show arrow keys. So let me show you that. And so they're down here. It might make more sense now to maybe switch to landscape for the rest of this. This is what the landscape keyboard looks like. You can see the arrow keys here. Let me go back to the settings and turn off the arrow keys and select another theme. Go back to maybe the dark theme so you can have a look at that. So that's what it looks like. Very gingerbready theme, like stock gingerbread. And then there was the light theme that I want to show you in landscape as well. So let's do that right now. Light. And here we go. So that's what it looks like. So I'm going to leave it at that for now. And actually, I wanted to show you more of the settings. There's a bunch of other cool stuff in here. This is really good for those of us who really are into little details. So I'm done with this basically, but I wanted to quickly show you. Stat shows you how we've used the phone, the keyboard, how better you've gotten. Of course, I haven't used it at all. Then advanced, there's a whole bunch of settings here. Again, the 2 typing style, rapid or precise, and then spacebar. This is really important. So I prefer, by default, it tries to predict the sentence as you type. You can have it just complete the word, or do what I prefer, which is always insert a space when I hit spacebar, not try to autocomplete my words, since I use a lot of abbreviations and things like that. Double space quick does a period, that's on by default. Keyboard feedback is things like haptic feedback, etc. Can enable disable voice recognition, set some duration for long presses and sensitivity for the gestures. Then you have the option here of going to some quick tips on the web, the support website, and a little about screen which shows you which version you're running. So let's go back here and do some typing so you can see what it's like. So I'm going to type Mary had a little lamb. As you can see, it's predicting the words. Of course, lamb it's not going to predict because I'd have to type it a few times in there. But as you can see, it's not doing a bad job. So a nice, comfortable keyboard. Let's go ahead and do the search. And of course, there it is. It's pretty humorous. Actually, I don't have a very good connection, so I'm just not going to continue on doing some typing. Let me actually bring up the email client and compose a message. And put it back in landscape here so we can type. So next. So here you go. For example, let me show you word prediction. That's what's cool about it, and sentence prediction. So hello, right? So it knows it's hello, and then as soon as I say world, hopefully, oh, sorry, that was a period. If I hit W here, it should give me world as obviously the next logical possibility. So basically, it does pretty good prediction that way. Let me just show you one more. How are see you, and then today is one of the options, and question mark. So you could literally type an entire sentence like Engadget is the best, as you see, best technology blog. It doesn't have blog. There, it does have blog. So that gives you an example how the word prediction works. It's not bad at all. Anyway, so that is SwiftKey X for Android phones. There's also a tablet version. The phone version is $3.99 and on sale for $1.99 for limited time, and the tablet version is $4.99. So check it out. Cheers.